Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, this $399 a month payment on the brand new Model Y long range rear wheel drive is actually not that great of a deal. I'll show you two numbers that we are able to find, including one being the high interest rate that you will be paying if you get this Model Y lease. We'll talk about that plus a variety of topics, but before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it. And if you've got a question you want to ask me, you can get it at my Patreon group down below in the description. Today's live stream is partnered and sponsored by Aura, where you can protect your online data and privacy and much more, but more on that later. So there is a lower $399 a month lease payment for the new Model Y long range rear wheel drive that just came out. It just was released these past few days, and really as a whole, leasing is not the move for the brand new Model Y. It kind of makes sense to me why Tesla is doing this, because they know that leasing is the massive loophole for people that basically don't qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit. Leasing gets it in full, and so if you're someone out there that wants to lease, get the $7,500 and then buy it out, I can get on board with that, because if you don't qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit, like you make too much money, then yes, that could make a ton of sense. But if you're trying to go after this low monthly payment on a lease and you see this low $399 a month payment, there's a couple things you need to be aware about. Or even if you see this $499 payment, there's a couple things you need to be aware about. And the biggest thing is that the interest rate, or also known as the money factor on this lease, it's only one component of the whole lease deal, but I would imagine it trickles down into all these other terrible numbers as well. The Model Y rear wheel drive has a 9.53% lease money factor interest rate on the Tesla Model Y rear wheel drive. You can see the all wheel drive does not get that much better at 10.32%. In fact, if you look at a lot of the different lease interest rates, only like two models out of all of them actually make sense. You can see we've got this on our deal spreadsheet down below in the description, so you can see for yourself and see all the different numbers. There's maybe like two and a half that could make sense. Of course, the biggest one that they actually lowered recently is the long range rear wheel drive at a 2.74%. So that's really the only Tesla vehicle that I would get on board with if you're looking to lease. Actually, the long range all wheel drive, I could get on board with that as well, because that is 3.6%, still respectable. Not as good as 0% if you're financing, but hey, if you want a low monthly payment, if you don't want to be committed in a brand new Model 3 for the lifetime of a loan or whatever it may be, then that could work for you. Model 3 performance is 8.93%. Model Y, you can see 9.5 and 10.3. Cyber or Model Y Launch Edition, 10% as well. And getting to the Cybertrucks, a lot of them are pretty bad. Rear-wheel drive, even though it has the lowest monthly payment, has a 11.14% interest rate. All-wheel drive, 8.38. And the Beast, actually the lowest out of the three of them at 7.46 as the interest rate for the Cybertruck Beast, you can see there. So very interesting to see with all the different things here. And of course, that's only one component of a lease when you're looking to lease a Model Y. The other components are going to be like the residual value, which is basically the buyout price at the end. And of course, the other different fees like disposition fee, which you pay at the end of the lease if you don't lease another vehicle, and also acquisition fee of $695. But you can see here, if we select the rear-wheel drive, you can see all the different terms and conditions and everything. And the funny thing is, I used to say, do not ever lease a Tesla vehicle. It does not make any sort of sense, because Tesla wouldn't allow buyouts in the end. Now that they do, it actually does make a lot of sense if you are looking to be low risk because you're driving Tesla's car for the 3 years. And if you really want it, you could buy it out. But of course, if the deal makes sense, you can see here the buyout price at the end of a Model Y rear-wheel drive is $31,075 or $31,000 give or take. And so very interesting to see, like the starting purchase price is $37,490, of course, plus taxes and fees and everything. And after 3 years, you're going to buy it for one, you can see where the math is maybe not mathing correctly or not in your favor. And so leasing might not make the most sense, especially if right now, really the only Model Y that does make sense is going to be a finance of the 1.99% for the all-wheel drive version. And if you're paying cash, and that's a different story. And most likely, if you're paying cash, you might not qualify for the 7,500. So then lease with a buyout and then maybe refinancing with a credit union if you want to at like 4.5%, which you can find out those interest rates at our Patreon group down below in the description, or of course cash at the end of the day. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. It is a very interesting time for sure, because we are definitely going to be seeing a lot of Model Ys in inventory as we get to the end of the month and end of the quarter, maybe even some inventory discounts, which I'm most excited to see by the end of the month. And of course, this is in comparison to the Model 3 lease. You can see right now with that low 2.76% interest rate on the Model 3 rear-wheel drive at 0 down 24 months, $349 a month. You can see that could be a very favorable deal if you want to just get your feet wet for 2 years. And of course, if you're looking to buy any Tesla, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get 3 months of full self-driving added to your Tesla vehicle. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. If you're planning on financing your Tesla, then there's one thing you need to do before you even apply: protect your credit. Seriously, because here's the wildest part. Bank of America just had a data breach recently, and they didn't even tell customers for a month. That means your social, your phone number, and your email could have already been out there and you'd have no clue. Most companies wait on average of 277 days to report a breach. That's 9 months where your identity is exposed and you're the last to know. That's why I use Aura, today's sponsor. Aura constantly scans the dark web and lets me know if anything tied to me shows up: my social, bank info, or any of my personal information. And that's not just for breaches. There's so many different tools I use with Aura. Want to reduce those pesky spam calls? Aura's got it. Want to remove your data like your addresses, phone numbers from those sketchy broker sites? Aura has that too. They will also include $5 million in identity theft insurance, and everything's packed into one clean app. You can try it free for 14 days at aura.com/DennisCW. I'll put that in the description as well. Don't wait until someone else tells you your data is at risk. That's like turning on Sentry mode after your car got keyed. Protect your credit before you apply. I'm doing it and you should too. Thanks for that, everyone. U-Haul, thanks for coming in. Oren, great to see you. AB, great to see you. Tesla 54, great to see you. And thank you for the super chat. I'll get to your question. Just a viewer, thanks for coming in. Gene, thanks for coming in. AMG 949, thank you for dropping by as well. Let's see what's the question here. Let's go Tesla 4 first. Hey, any updates on when the Model 3 Performance might have some deals on them? Right now, actually, there was a couple that went up to 7,600, but you're looking to lease, and so there really isn't too much of a deal there. They, for some reason, do not want to subsidize that vehicle. Maybe next month, because they always flip-flop back and forth, or they switch strategies back and forth. 1 month or a couple different months, they'll focus on a low interest rate for financing, and then they'll switch to a low lease payment. But right now, they're kind of doing both of them. So thoughts on a Model 3 Performance AK 10,000 mile a year, 3,000 lease for $582 a month, 10,840 out of pocket. Tesla 54, I would almost say you might as well just finance it at that point, because you're putting a good amount down, plus the monthly payment isn't that much greater. I mean, I would, you know what I would do Tesla 54? I would probably put both of those scenarios into like an AI, like ChatGPT or something, and then say like, which one is the better analysis for me between the two? Because it might feel like now that there's 0% on the Model 3, you might be ahead or even pay the same payment for a Model 3 Performance, especially if you get one that is like a cheap one with the 7,500 without the paint colors and everything. Gene, leasing a CT 2024 new. Looks like the 2024 does not make any sense in terms of payment value. What do you think? No, it makes sense. The best deal right now for the Cybertruck is if you can get a 2024 that has an inventory discount of like $8,000. They do exist that you can lease to get the 7,500 tax credit as a buyout, then that makes sense. All of the Cybertrucks do have a high interest rate. And so if you're going to be leasing it for long term, well, I guess it's either a high interest rate of 8% versus a finance rate of 5.4%. So really not, I mean, yes, 8% is going to be higher than 5, but it's not nothing like a 1.99 or 0%. But I would say Cybertruck is a hold right now because I really feel like there's going to be more incentives and deals, especially because inventory charts like this one are showing Cybertruck inventory. It dropped a little bit and now it's on the up and up again. So I would say hold on the Cybertruck and see what happens in a little bit. AMG saw a Cybertruck 2024 with $8,000 off, brand new vehicle in California. Yeah, the deals are definitely there, and I have been checking them for a little bit. I haven't seen any that you can lease, and I feel like that is the move at the moment. And hey, actually, no, just as we say that, look at that, two of them that you can lease today. That is the deal. Like especially this one, a brand new 2024 that you can lease, get the 8,500, and on top of that, get the 7,500 on top of that. That is actually going to be the move because if you do the buyout right away, you won't pay that high interest rate for too long of a term. And so if you're interested in one of these, definitely don't forget to use a Tesla referral code just like the one down below in the description. In other news, check out this post from Dirty Tesla that really goes to show Model Y demand. It gives us a insight into that. Someone DM me and said their new Model Y was ready for pickup. I asked how long they ordered it, and they said 10 minutes. So certainly there's plenty of Model Ys available for sale, ready to go. And so that would mean we're going to see some inventory discounts very soon. The other day, we talked about how Tesla Charging is going to make an update to their Supercharging, and here are all the different updates and locations that it is going to be happening to first. It seems like California is getting a lot of these, and so you might be able to see those pilot sites with the on-peak and off-peak pricing in those locations. So definitely take a look at it for sure. Tesla 54 interest rates on Tesla lease went down, very little on Model 3 Performance. Yeah, very little for sure, but at least I guess it's in the right direction. It was like 9.25, I think, above that, but I guess it's going lower. So maybe wait another month and see if the lease payment gets even lower for sure. Just a viewer, what are your thoughts on trading in a 2024 Model 3 long range rear-wheel drive for a 2026 Model Y long range rear-wheel drive? I mean, yeah, both of those are pretty good. I mean, you're talking about trading in a Highland for the brand new Model Y. As long as you're not losing a ton of money like negative equity, it could be a nice upgrade. I mean, that's basically what I did. I bought a Model 3 in 2019, drove it for like a year and a half, wanted to try a Model Y, sold the Model 3. I don't think I lost too much money. I think I lost like 2,000 and then got into a Model Y after that and then drove that for a little bit. So certainly very interesting if you want to do that. U-Haul long range extender dropped, not good. Yes, Cybertruck is in an interesting position these days for sure. Gene, thank you for the super chat. Tesla offers 42,000. Tesla offers 10,000 less for an all-wheel drive Model Y Juniper after 10 days of ownership for trade-in. Yeah, Tesla has always been the worst for trade-ins. In fact, if you're looking to sell your vehicle, here's a quick tip. Car Buyer USA, CarMax, Carvana, and really my favorite is finding like a local private dealership in your area that solely sells used vehicles. Make sure they're reputable, of course, with Yelp reviews and everything. But they only can get vehicles from auctions or off the street like you. And so I actually prefer them because they can usually give you the maximum value for your Tesla vehicle, trade-in vehicle, or whatever the case may be. In this next topic, Tesla just quietly updated their website. Now we've got a brand new layout. I didn't spot anything that is hidden or some things we didn't know. Of course, right on the bat, they're advertising the new Model Y at 1.99% financing. And on top of that, the new Model 3 at 0% financing. Of course, 1.99 is only on the Model Y all-wheel drive. Model 3, 0% is on all their trims as long as you follow along with their financing and everything. We've got the advertising of the Model Y up to 357 miles of range, of course, for the rear-wheel drive. And then we've got all these other different things. What's really cool is that they put on a supercharging map on the homepage to really show how many different superchargers are out there. And then they have like a charging thing right here to explain all the different options that you have. And then a little bit of area for solar panels, power walls, and everything like that. But let us know what your thoughts on the layout of the website. Do you like it? Do you think it's more easier for you to find information and everything? Certainly, they're promoting that the free supercharging for the Model S and the Model X is ending soon as well. But just a quick update on that so you can take a look at it and let us know what your thoughts on it and if you're in the market to buy a Tesla vehicle. Now that you've bought your Tesla or you're about to buy your Tesla, did you know that it comes with 0 accessories? Seriously, not even a phone mount. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In my opinion, there's a few must-haves that every Tesla owner should get, like a phone mount so your phone doesn't fly off during acceleration, a center console organizer because without it, you're going to lose a bunch of stuff, and my newest favorite, an invisible underscreen station mount from Jowa, a great place to store sunglasses. And all of these accessories plus more you can get from our partner Jowa. And you know these accessories are good because I actually use all of their stuff. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, you can save some money and support the channel as well. But Jowa doesn't stop at just the basics. They've got a wireless game controller that fits perfectly in the glove box, a portable air compressor for peace of mind on those long road trips, and even an electric scooter, because why walk from the superchargers or level 2 chargers? So not only will you save some money by using our promo code down below in the description, you can also get free shipping on orders over $120. So definitely check it out, link down below in the description. Thank you to Jowa for partnering with us on this channel, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks to everyone. AB, I'm still happy with my 2024 when I purchased it brand new, 1.99 last August. Exactly. Yeah. The deals always get better in quarter 3 or quarter 4. And that's actually the smart move, is buying like not the latest and greatest like we do, unfortunately, because that's where you burn money, but buying like the one that it's a little bit older or even on its way out, because that's when you get the maximum value, like the legacy Model Y that we joked about a ton. Tesla 54, I just found out, white on white, 9K down, 6 years, 633 a month, 0.99 interest rate. Yeah, so then you're basically about the same payment, and I imagine you can get close to 0% if you just bump that amount down payment just a little bit as well. And so it could make a lot of sense just to finance it, because then you're not going to own, no one really owns vehicles, but maybe you'll be in an equity position earlier on then versus leasing. Just a viewer, my friend got a Model Y old 2025 all-wheel drive with 10,005 and 7.5 tax credit off last month. Nice. Yeah, it's weird. We're still seeing the older Model Y legacy, like the 2025s, pop up. I think I just saw one at Hawaii the other second ago. And of course, they disappear pretty quickly, but like $5,000 off on that one. Yankee, how to get acceleration boost half price. Yankee, send me a DM if anybody's interested in acceleration boost or even supercharging at half price. To send me a DM and we can get you set up on. And on top of that, if you're about to buy a Tesla, you want to take advantage of the full self-driving transfer program, but you don't have a Tesla with full self-driving, send me a DM as well. I'll point you in the right direction. Chris, thank you for your channel, Dennis. With your information, I leased an old 2025 Model Y long-range wheel drive in February for $370 a month. Chris, thank you for coming back. Thank you for the kind words. Hopefully you're enjoying your Model Y still, and fantastic payment. I mean, if you can get a Tesla vehicle for like $200 to $300 a month, like how the new Model 3 is, that's why I've been harping on that Model 3 deal so much, the lease deal, the 2-year lease deal, because it actually is a fantastic deal. I was able to get my family friend member into one at $265 a month. And at that levels, it's no brainer, especially in like California or any other high cost of living areas, because that's how much people pay on gas each month anyways. In this next topic, there's actually a guide in which if you've got an older Tesla that does not have the matrix headlights, Winston actually just did it and put together a step-by-step guide on actually how to do this. And so this is good for people that have like the older 2021 Model 3s, Model Ys that doesn't have the new headlight, but you want the matrix headlight feature that a ton of people have been talking about and raving about, because it is very nice and also a safety upgrade when you're driving at night, because it basically bends the light around the roads wherever you were doing. So Winston posted this. I retrofitted my 2018 Model 3 with matrix headlights. Here's how I did it and how you can do it. Also do it for cheap. The first thing, of course, is sourcing the headlights. That's going to like eBay, Marketplace, whichever it may be. That's going to be, make sure it's okay before you buying it. And that's going to be the tough part, I guess. But seems like he was able to get the driver side for $50. That's crazy. I bought the passenger side for $163 off of eBay. And so that's actually not too crazy of a cost. And if I had an older Model 3 like this, I would probably do this just for the safety aspect at night. Once you've got both headlights, you have two options. Use Toolbox to reconfigure the vehicle to allow matrix capability, availability. So toolbox is something you actually have to buy. So maybe not that one. Book a service appointment with your local SC. Explain to them that you have the lights on the vehicle fully installed. All they need to do is change the vehicle configuration to support matrix headlights. See attached invoice. Ooh, I'm interested to see how much that actually be. The day of your appointment or night before, install the headlights or draw on your drive to the service center. You will have no turn signals or headlights, so make sure it's not dark or raining out. Installing the headlights is pretty easy. Ooh, you even put a little video, but I bet it's like a couple different bolts. Once the headlights are installed, drive to your service center. It takes about 5 minutes to change the configurations. Total spent $221 for a nice new set of headlights, or new to them set of headlights. $50 for the driver's side, $163 for the passenger headlights, and $8.75 for Tesla to flip a switch like that. That seems like a steal for sure. Here's the receipt of everything. I mean, that is definitely worth it. And I guess it's because a couple clicks or button to actually turn it on. But very cool post. Thank you to Winston for putting this whole write-up together. And I think this is valuable for information for if people want to upgrade their headlights for more safety. It's not necessarily brighter, but of course it definitely shines more of the road at night for $200, $300. Definitely worth it. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. But one thing's for sure, if you're buying a new Tesla, it does not come with this. And that's a set of all-weather floor mats. My favorite set so far right now is a set by 3W Liners. And I've tried all the different floor mats that are out there. 3D Mats USA, Tasmanian, and a bunch of Amazon ones. And by far, these are going to be my favorite set. I've got them in our Model X, Model 3, Model Y, and also Cybertruck as well. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, not only will you save 25% off and get a set under $100, you'll support the channel as well. So definitely check out our partner 3W Liner floor mats down below in the description, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks to everyone. Let's see. Tesla 54, you think I should get the rear-wheel drive one? Yeah, I mean, if you just want a low lease payment, not a ton out of pocket, but then that goes into like that go big or go home. Like, do you get the Model 3 Performance or do you just get like the rear-wheel drive version? I really want the Performance. Yeah, I think right now, 0% financing, it's a great deal. Just pay the down payment and maybe just finance it. But of course, before you do that, make sure you get the one that is like at the $7,500 federal tax credit and has like $5,000 to $7,000 off for inventory as well. Tone, I'm at $259 3 years, no brainer. Love it every time I see it. Yeah, when you're in the $200 to $300 a month range for Tesla vehicles, 1000% worth it. Chris, do you have any recommendations for a Model Y mattress? Have you done a review? Chris, I actually haven't. I know Tesla has a version. I think there's another brand that just came into the space. I guess I don't know. I guess maybe one day when we can get one, we'll test it out. But at the moment, I just don't have, it's like a big bulky thing. I don't have the need to like sleep in my Model Y just yet. In this next topic, Grock AI. XAI's AI just was found in the system code for Tesla vehicles because this is pretty interesting, and this might give us some insight on when AI could be coming, or Grock AI could be coming for Tesla vehicles very soon. It seems like AI has been found in the Tesla code, and so certainly they are working on different things. Green found it. Tesla decided to rip out all the previously mentioned user-safe siren stuff, but instead they added some hidden Grock Assistant stuff with the personality button and whatnot. And so I can't wait to see this actually rolled out, and maybe this is going to be coming out this quarter or next quarter, because certainly it'll be very interesting to talk to AI while you're driving around, depending on your route and everything. But let us know if you're excited on this for your vehicle. What else we got? In this next topic, Starlink is launching on United Airlines this month. I know this is a little bit of an off topic, but I really want to highlight this because people don't really realize how well or how nice Starlink is on an airplane. I was able to experience this recently when we went to Hawaii, and Starlink was on Hawaiian Airlines, and it was fantastic. Not only was it free, we had the downtime speeds, or the download speeds was amazing, and the upload speeds was amazing as well. So it seems like United is finally launching this on some of the routes for this month. I think like May 15th is the rollout for this. And then they'll start to release it to the variety of the routes by the end of the year. But 217 megabytes of download and 26 or 26.8 of upload speed. I mean, that is good enough for sure to do whatever you want to do. Maybe even play video games, maybe some other things as well while you're on the airlines for the flights. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. Certainly very cool. And let us know if you've actually experienced Starlink on a flight as well. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for the like button and the comments and everything. See you guys in the next one. See ya.